Welcome back to the channel. You know me, it's that MIC Craig, aka Mr. Impact, back here on the Mr. Impact Craig YouTube channel. And welcome to this 10 must-watch Bound for Glory matches, match recommendations from the 20-year history of TNA Wrestling, Bound for Glory. But before we get into it, if you haven't already, please hit subscribe. Follow me here, there, everywhere. Really helps to go towards the building of this channel. As I said, a rebrand of the channel is coming, but maybe after Bound for Glory. And this is just the beginning of the Bound for Glory related videos I'll be doing. More to come. I'll be putting out polls quite regular, so if you follow me on social media, then just put in your vote, and because this was voted for by people on my social media, so I appreciate everyone who did. And I guess let's just jump straight into it, shall we, with number 10. I've decided to go with LAX of Santana, Ortiz, and Conan taking on the OGs of King, Eddie Kingston, Hernandez, and Homicide from Bound for Glory 2018. It is a concrete jungle death match. Now, I'm pretty sure most of the wrestlers who competed in this match regret doing this match. But I've put it on this list because it needs to be watched. If you didn't know what it was, basically, it's just a hardcore match, but with everything taken off the ring apart from the ropes, and the canvas and the ring skirts off the ring, no turnbuckle pads, just exposed turnbuckles and the wooden slats of the ring. That combined with tables and chairs and trash can lids, it needs to be seen to be believed. If hardcore wrestling is your thing, watch this. Because Santana and Ortiz as a tag team are still my favourite tag team of the last 10 years. It was a banger. And going against the OGs of Hernandez and Homicide and Eddie Kingston, do yourself a favour and check this one out. It's an interesting one. I'm sure we'll be able to find it on... so for these matches, they're either on YouTube. If they are on YouTube, I'll put the links in. Or you can probably find them on Facebook if you're on Facebook. Who's still on Facebook? But they'll be around. You'll be able to find these matches because... But yeah, do yourself a favour and go check this one out. It's a bit silly, but in a good way. It is... Some mind-blowing stuff happens, and you just think wrestling isn't kind of dangerous as it is. Now they've added a whole other level where they've taken the canvas and ring skirts off the ring and they've removed the turnbuckle pads. Go and check this one out. That takes us on now to number 9. And I had to include this because it's so important to the history of TNA. But number 9 is the Knockouts Battle Royal, Gauntlet Battle Royal, whatever you call it, from 2007 to crown the first ever TNA Knockouts World Champion. Now, I'm sure everyone watching this knows who he won, but I won't say just in case, even though you probably saw the graphic. But hey, we move. It's just so important to TNA, and I feel like it's a match most TNA fans have watched or have seen, or just have seen the important parts of it. But you go and watch it, and you see people before they were signed to TNA, but you saw a lot of people before they made it big in TNA, like Velvet Sky, like Angelina Love, Tracy Brooks competed in it, Roxy Laveau, ODB, Awesome Kong. There's so many names in this match, and it's just so important to the history of TNA to crowning the first ever Knockouts World Champion, at that time just Knockouts Champion. Something they fought hard to get, and has developed into one of the greatest divisions in professional wrestling. Not just women's divisions in pro wrestling, greatest divisions in pro wrestling. The Knockouts is so important, and this was just the beginning of it. So go and check this one out. Again, Bound for Glory 2007, the Knockouts Battle Royal to crown the first ever Knockouts World Champion. And the Gauntlet, because it ended up, if the TNA Gauntlet, especially, as you know, everyone timed 2 minutes, everyone comes in every 2 minutes. Eliminations over the top rope, apart from when it gets to the final two, when it comes down to a one-on-one singles match. But you go and watch this if you haven't already. Number 8. A staple of TNA wrestling once again. From the very first Bound for Glory, it is a Monsters Ball consisting of Rhino, Jeff Hardy, Sabu, and Abyss. Again, chose this match because it was kind of important part of the show. Even though the match itself was important, what happened because of who won this match. So if you don't know, okay, I'm trying to avoid do spoilers, but hey, it was, 20 plus years ago? So, 15 plus years ago, so, we can let it slide a little bit. Bound for Glory 2005. This match, Rhino ended up winning this match, which then put him into another match later in the card to determine who will face Jeff Jarrett in the main event for the NWA TNA World Championship, which Rhino then went on to win the World Championship after the match. So he had 3 matches in one night and became the TNA World Champion. So it's important for that aspect. Also, it features a moment that's featured in almost every single highlight reel for Bound for Glory. TNA highlight reels, you can guarantee this is on it in some place. It's up there with the Elix Skipper cage walk. It's up there with Kazarian hitting the cutter on Daniels. Kazarian hitting the cutter off the leg drop, off the Ultimate, from top of the Ultimate X. It's up there with one of the greatest moments. Jeff Hardy off the set, off over the stage onto Abyss through some tables. It's like I said, it's just a moment in history in Bound for Glory that's replayed and replayed because of how insane it was. So do yourself a favour, go and check this one out, because if you love Monsters Balls, you've got to. I apologise if you can hear something going on in the background. Got people mowing the lawn, even though it's near October, but sure, and it's raining, but sure. That was number 8, and on to number 7. It is a 5-way ladder match for the X Division Championship from Bound for Glory 2019, consisting of Ace Austin, Jake Crist, Daga, AC Romero, and Tessa Blanchard. Again, this match, I'm a huge fan of ladder matches, and this is the one that sticks out for me at Bound for Glory. I can't recall too many other ladder matches taking place at Bound for Glory, so this one really stuck out. We weren't sure who's going to be, because we knew of 4 competitors going into this match. Four wrestlers had qualified over the course of TV leading up to Bound for Glory, but we weren't sure who the fifth person was going to be. The night before I believe it's Prelude to Glory. AC Romero was signed to TNA Impact Wrestling that night, signed the contract, and was added to the ladder match later on. You've got so many crazy things happening in this match. Everyone going to... Majority of people believe in Tessa Blanchard was going to win the X Division Championship. Turned out... Well, I'm guessing if you find it, you can find it. But... Yeah, it was... At that point, Jake Crest was X Division champion as well. Like, you had so many crazy bumps going on. Like, just go and watch this, because my goodness, ladder match is my favourite stipulation ever, and this one did not disappoint in the slightest. Do yourself a favour and go and check this one out. It's for the TNA the Impact Wrestling X Division Championship. Ace Austin, Jake Crest, because Bay wasn't there yet. Yeah, you got Ace Austin, Jake Crest, Daga, AC Romero, and Tessa Blanchard in a ladder match for the X Division Championship, Bound for Glory 2019. Number 6. Yet another match for the X Division Championship. This one coming from Bound for Glory 2021. It was, at that time, the X Division Championship was vacant after Josh Alexander cashed in option C for the main event of Bound for Glory against Christian Cage. Which, caveat, go watch that one too, because great. But this one was for the vacant X Division Championship, as Trey Miguel took on Steve Macklin and Al Phantasmo. What a triple threat. A breakout match for Steve Macklin. ALP was just phenomenal. Trey Miguel, again, this is this was the time with Trey Miguel, we weren't sure what was going to happen with Trey. We weren't sure what we're going to do with Trey, really. It was kind of up in the air as what was going to happen with Trey. But, no, it's triple threat for the X Division Championship. We knew it was in Vegas. As I said, breakout match with Steve Macklin. And Trey Miguel and ELP did not disappoint. So, do yourself a favour, check this one out. Vacant X Division Championship, Trey Miguel, Steve Macklin, Al Phantasmo, Bound for Glory 2021 from Las Vegas. Number 5. It is an I Quit match between AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels. This one from Bound for Glory 2011. I Quit. I added this one purely because it's Styles and Daniels. You can arguably not the best match they ever had in their rivalry, in their years of rivalry, but it's an I Quit match. Bound for Glory, Christopher Daniels, AJ Styles, two of the staples of TNA wrestling, and you can't go wrong. It's really just a non-brainer. This is going to be a great match because of how well these two know each other, because of the lengths they can go to, and the rivalry needed this at this point as well. It was just perfection. That's why I put it in this list, because of who's in it, because of what this rivalry in TNA was about. It went through so many different phases, but it will not disappoint. AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, I Quit. Love a good I Quit match, and as I said, these two, they just don't disappoint. Let's take it now to number 4, Fortune 4. It is a street fight from Bound for Glory 2012. The Cowboy James Mother effing Storm against Bobby Roode with special guest enforcer King Mo. Again, I've included this match. If it wasn't clear, this match is purely my opinion, and the matches I just enjoy watching. It's James Storm, Bobby Roode, in my opinion, is one of the greatest tag team breakups in the history of TNA, and maybe in some form of wrestling. Street fight, again, similar to the Styles and Daniels match, they know each other so well they can do a bit more. Like the spot on the stage where the two are just hitting each other with trash can lids, just not pulling any punches, both bleeding. Just and Storm getting the redemption using the beer bottle after the match or during the match, like it just go and watch this one. It is honestly in my top 10 matches of all time, not just 10 matches to watch. It is up there for me. My first Bound for Glory as well. The first Bound for Glory I ever stayed up to watch. And I was so invested in this storyline, and it played it so. Of course they do. It's just the breakup of Beer Money was so iconic. And then if it all culminates really, yeah, they had the steel cage match and they come match in between. But this was the match to end this. James Storm, Bobby Roode, street fight, special guest enforcer, King Mo. Bound for Glory 2012. Do yourself a favour and go check this out. Now we're in the top 3. Number 3. A 6-person scramble for the X Division Championship. Bound for Glory 2020. We had Ace Austin, Trey Miguel, TJP, the current, at the time, X Division Champion Rohit Raju, Willie Mack, and Jordan Grace. Again, X Division, because it's such a staple of TNA, it has to feature in this list, and it does obviously 3 times. But it's just... This is the definition of the X Division. No limits. Literally no limits. You have, Ace Austin, Trey Miguel, TJP. 3 of the greatest X Division champions. Then you've got Rohit Raju, who was such a great chicken shit heel champion. To perfection. Willie Mack, again, former X Division champion. And Jordan Grace, who got in this match because she basically won the X Division championship, but Rohit Raju found a loophole and got out of it. It was just excellent. And of course, you get the great equality line from Rohit when he just hit the double stomp on Jordan. It's just... multi-person matches can sometimes get a bit over-egged. You get a bit too much going on. But this one was done to perfection. Go and check this one out. Bound for Glory 2020. Lockdown Bound for Glory. It wasn't the greatest card, but this match, I believe it opened, and fantastic is all I can say. Fantastic. Delivered to perfection, in my opinion. But please let me know what you think about it. So that was number 3. Now let's take it to number 2. We're going all the way back to Bound for Glory 2006. It is for the NWA TNA World Tag Team Championships inside 6 sides of steel. It is LAX, Homicide and Hernandez taking on Styles and Daniels. Again, it doesn't disappoint. You've got everything in this match. Styles and Daniels feature a lot on this list, so do Homicide and Hernandez, but for good reason. 6 Sides of Steel, there are some iconic 6 Sides of Steel matches. You can go back to Triple X and AEW, of course. You've got, as I said, you've got LAX, Styles and Daniels. Just take your pick, but this one from Bound for Glory, as I said, tag titles on the line. Slightly confusing in that they kept to tag rules, where you had to tag in and out, even though it was inside a steel cage, and the referee wasn't counting when the partners were getting involved when they weren't the legal men. But hey, it had a lot in this match, a lot in this match. So as I said, do us have a favour and check it out, because Whoa. I mean, it looked like AJ Styles might have bladed in this match. Speculation, don't know. But I tell you who didn't, and that's Daniels, Homicide, and Hernandez. None of these lot bladed because they didn't need to blade in this match. But like I said, just check it out. Of course, AJ's gonna do some mad stuff in this match. Hernandez doing some mad stuff in this match. They had a Tower of Doom with Hernandez. What was it? Homicide or Hernandez trying to bring Daniels down, who's on the top rope, who was trying to get either Homicide or Hernandez down, who was halfway up the cage, who was trying to get AJ down, who was at the top of the cage. In a Tower Doom situation, you weren't sure who was gonna fall, who wasn't gonna fall. Go and check this bad boy out. That's all I can say. And now, finally, let's go to that number one spot. For the Knockouts World Championship from Bound for Glory 2022, it is Jordynne Grace versus Masha Slamovich. These two are fucking fantastic. Jordynne Grace is one of the greatest Knockouts World Champions of all time. Masha at this point was the hottest she'd been in TNA. And it all culminated with this. Masha with an undefeated streak. Jordynne Grace being a dominant champion. So much happened in this match, but it's all so memorable. Masha kicking out of the Juggernaut driver. Masha kicked out of the Juggernaut driver. It was insane. They protected Masha so well in this. And to the point where Masha hit the snowplow and Jordynne had her foot under the rope. That's the only way she kicked out. She didn't even kick out. That's the only way Jordynne escaped with the title. It's because her foot just slid under the rope. Two of the greatest, and hopefully we're going to be running this back at Bound for Glory this year. And I cannot wait for it because they are fantastic and they've only gotten better over time. So, yeah, Jordynne Grace, Masha Slamovich is my number one must-watch Bound for Glory match. From Bound for Glory 2022, so just a quick rundown of the 10. Starting number 10, LAX OG's Concrete Jungle Death Match from 2018. Then we have the Knockouts Battle Royal from 2007. Monsters Ball from 2005, Ladder Match from 2019, Triple Threat Vacant X title from 2021, Styles Daniels I Quit 2011, Storm Rude Street Fight 2012, Scramble Match from 2020, LAX Styles and Daniels 6 Sides of Steel 2006, and number one from 2022 for Knockouts World Championship, Jordynne Grace, Masha Slamovich. Let me know what you think about the list. Let me know if you've watched any of them, and you agreed or disagree that these are must-watch matches in TNA from Bound for Glory. I know there are plenty more. There are so many honorable mentions from Team Canada against the Dudleys, Team 3D. You've got... I could go on. There's so many to choose from. As I said, Josh and Christian. Kurt Angle should have on this list 1,000 times over, but it just isn't, because these are matches I think I must watch that are slightly underrated sometimes. But as I said, just go and check these out if you feel like it. Majority of them are on YouTube to find. If you have TNA Plus, again, they'll be on TNA Plus. Or TNA posts most of them to their Facebook page. So go and check them out. So many incredible matches there. I said, agree, disagree, let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Thank you for, as I said, please like, share, subscribe. All goes to helping. I'll be posting more polls on Twitter in the coming weeks as to future videos you'd like to see from me. But with that, I've been the MIC. Like, share, support wrestling. Goodbye, my friends.